We are back for another Bullhitters Ultimate Challenge, and we're going to be using the Gen 1 Prodigies that have just dropped in the September launch. Like normal, we're going to be taking on 3 individual challenges. The maximum pressure is going to remain in the challenge. However, we have got 2 new challenges for Bailey and Ollie. Bailey's going to be taking on the What If segment, reliving the moment when Luke Humphries beat Luke Littler, and Ollie is going to be taking on the Finishing Strong challenge, which we're going to use 3 of Littler's renowned stage checkouts and see if he can take him out. However, there is a plot twist. If one of us fail a challenge, our darts will be getting put under the wheel of Welsh Jesus' car. Before we get into the video, we're going to crack the box open and take a first look at the Littler Generation 1 Prodigy darts. I've got a set of the original Generation 1 pixel grip darts. We're going to put these side by side and see just what the differences are. So we've unboxed both the darts, and as you can see, the original Generation 1 pixels comes with a foam insert, the Swiss point tool, and the dart. As you can see, that all black pixel grip barrel, so very well known now in the dart scene. And you've got the brand new Littler Gen 1 Prodigies. These are the gold and silver plated edition, and you get a limited K-Flex. As you can see there, a purple transparent K-Flex with the nuke patterning on it. A very nice dart. No major differences, the grip remains the same with the ring grip at the back, and then that clean section with the Target logo on the original pixel, and on the new ones it has the nuke. So they've slightly upgraded that, quite a cool addition to the dart. And then throughout the dart it is a gold and silver plating, and on the original you've got the black plating just like normal. There's a first look at the darts. That's the Generation 1 Prodigies alongside the original Generation 1 pixel grips. Let's get into the challenge. So I'm up first in the Ultimate Challenge. I'm going to be taking on the Maximum Pressure Challenge. As you've seen in the previous one, Ollie done that with the Bunting Generation 5 darts. I'm up with the Luke Littler Prodigy Gen 1s. I've got to take on the 6 180s that Littler hit in the World Series final against Michael Smith. This game lasted 28 minutes, but I'm going to make this more of a challenge and try and do it in under 20. I've got to hit 7 180s in 20 minutes. Let's see if I can do it.
So the challenge has now begun and the timer has started. The iPad timer will be rolling in the background so you know exactly where we're at in the challenge. The first few throws were a little bit rusty, but it didn't take me long to start finding those 2 treble visits, and it wasn't going to take long, hopefully, before that first 180. Due to the way my darts land, I'm always looking at that top wire. If I can land that first dart in the treble on that top wire, it is primed for the next 2 to follow it up. So we are now a few throws into the challenge, still only 50 seconds in, and I managed to pin that first 180.
There he is, number 1. 55 seconds in.
Pinning the first 180 so early on in the challenge gave me a good bit of confidence going into the challenge. I was starting to find those 2 treble visits a lot more regularly.
That would be perfect. We've had 2 in 2 minutes.
Ideally, I need to be hitting a 180 roughly every 2 minutes and 45 seconds if I want to complete this challenge with a bit of time to spare. We're now just over 4 minutes into the challenge, and the frustration of the 140s was starting to kick in. I really wanted that third dart just to follow it up and find a few more 180s. I knew that if I didn't hit one soon, I was going to be pushing for time, and the added pressure may just fail me this challenge. Luckily for me though, just a couple minutes later we found that second 180, leaving just 5 to go. At the current rate of 180s hit, it's averaging around a 180 every 3 minutes, which means I would end up hitting 7 180s in 21 minutes, and that would fail me the challenge, so I really need to pick it up. Luckily for me though, we just found 180 number 3, and that was a lovely, tightly grouped 180.
So high, what is that?
As you may have also noticed, I am using a slightly longer point in the form of a 35mm Swiss point. This is the brand new RVE Swiss points. With the way my darts land, these help them sit slightly out the board, allowing me to fit all 3 nice and comfortably in that treble bed. And just as I say that, we have hit the 4th 180, meaning I am on 4 180s now in just over 13 minutes. Also, annoyingly for me, with how light my throw is, I am prone to a few bounce outs when using a moulded system. If I was to use a moulded system, however, I really do find these K-Flex nice and easy to use.
Go on. We're on 13 minutes 55.
There we have it, the fifth 180 and the nice flurry of 180s we was after. That has put me right back on track to be on time for this challenge.
Run it.
So we are coming to the closing stages of the challenge now, and I've got just 3.5 minutes left.
Come on. Number 6. Number 6.
And right on cue, that is the 6th 180, putting us level pegging with little as 6 180s in the World Series final. I seem to find the added pressure was making me concentrate just that little bit harder. And literally only a couple of throws later, we managed to find exactly what we was after.
There it is, number 7. And there we have it, the final 180 landing in just 17 minutes and 22 seconds. So I had just over 2.5 minutes to spare of the challenge. So that is now challenge 1 completed. It's now down to Ollie and Bailey to complete their challenges in order to finish the ultimate challenge. So far, no Gen 1 prodigies will be getting run over, and let's hope it stays that way by Ollie and Bailey completing their challenge. I must say, first use of these darts, and they were lovely to throw. Those added 35mm Swiss points giving me a real big edge in this challenge. Let's waste no time, head over to Ollie, and he's going to unpack the darts further and see just what accessories these darts come with.
So we've already had a look at the darts with DC. I'm now going to open up my tin and see what's included alongside the darts. So DC already went into detail with the darts, and this is also what is included in the tin. So as you can see, we've got a limited edition Swiss point key. Definitely going to put that on my case 100%. We've got some spare gold points, Swiss points as you can see there. And obviously a chain for your Swiss point key as well. I'm now going to chuck this on my case to see what it looks like. So as you can see, the brand new limited edition Swiss point key fits in extremely well with the new Bullhitters case. Setup is now officially complete. Go on! So we've had a look at the darts, we've had a look what's inside the tin. It is now time to crack on with my challenge. Big well done to DC on doing so well with those 180s. I'm hoping I can follow in suit with this challenge called Finishing Strong. In this challenge, we've taken 3 of Luke's most formidable checkouts on the PDC stage, and I've now got to try and hit each of them within 10 attempts.
So before Ollie gets into the challenge, I just want to clarify what counts as an attempt for the challenge. As Ollie mentioned, he's got 10 attempts for each given checkout, the 170, the 164 and the 132. In order for a visit to the board to count as an attempt, the first dart must land in the required target so Ollie can still take out the finish. Let's just say Ollie's on the 170, his first dart must land in the treble 20 in order for it to count as an attempt and not just a visit to the board. Ollie then has 10 of these in order to take out the finish and move on to the next checkout. For the 132, similarly to the treble 20, Ollie must pin his first dart in the bullseye in order for it to count as an attempt. Littler pin this checkout going bull, bull, double 16, so Ollie must do it in the same fashion. Hopefully that clears things up, and let's get straight over to Ollie to start the brand new Finishing Strong challenge.
Right, I'm going to start with the 170. I think this is probably going to be the easiest out of the 3. Oh, if that had gone first time, that would have been ridiculous. Oh, there we go, there's the ball. I think the good thing with these darts is they're genuinely pretty much the exact setup that I use at the moment. Oh my God. Yeah, as I was saying, they're literally the exact setup I use at the moment. So barrels are exactly the same. I've put in the 35mm gold points, which I tend to use anyway in the normal darts. The only difference is obviously I don't use K-Flex, and also if I were to use K-Flex, they would be the intermediates, whereas these are the shorts. So it's a little bit different. Still just got to get used to it for a little bit. Oh, this is agonising at the moment. Oh, these attempts are terrible. channel your inner nuke. Come on. Right, we've had a 130, a 90 in the last two. Let's have a 170 now. Go on! 170, done. Right, I'm going to go on to the 164 now and we'll finish with the champagne shot after, I think. Oh, that is a massive pull. Oh, it's not in, is it? Oh, hang on as well, just above. Closest with colour, I think. But definitely positives. Is that genuinely back to back? Misses on the wire. Oh. Well, if luck's a thing, third time lucky. Wouldn't have gone anyway. Oh, we've missed again. We've missed back to backs again. Oh. Oh, it's boring. You can guarantee now, right? You can guarantee now I'll miss again on this visit. Not this time, go on! Oh, timing. Oh, I feel like I'm just rushing too much. So hopefully, on this 132, I might be able to get it done just a little bit quicker. Let's see. Every time. Right, I think we've sort of found a guide now. When you don't need it. Oh, brilliant. Hallelujah! At last! Oh my word, wow. What a slog. That was a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. But thankfully, we're there at last. A lot of missed efforts, but we got there at last. I have to say though, even though I didn't play particularly well with the setup, that definitely will be going on the mantelpiece. Let's get back into the video and see how the others get on.
Right, well done to Ollie for completing his challenge, finishing strong, absolutely smashed it with an unbelievable standard. Now, onto my challenge, but before we do that, let's talk about the box. I honestly think this is the future of darts packaging, as it doesn't just sell the darts, but is a collector's item for the future. Moving on to my challenge with the new Loot Littler Gen 1 Prodigies is a brand new segment called What If. We're going to be finding out if Luke Littler hit that infamous double 2, would he have gone on to win the World Championship? In last year's World Championship final, Luke Littler was winning 4-2 and it was 2-all in the 7th set. He had left himself 170 and couldn't manage to take it out and only hit a score of 58, leaving him 112. After leaving 112, Luke Littler goes for the treble 18-18 double top route, but he hits the first treble, but the second dart follows it and goes into the treble 18, leaving him double 2. What we want to know is what would have happened if he hit that double 2. Now Luke Littler hit the double 2 for the 112 checkout, we're going to find out what would have happened in the final leg. In the final leg, Luke Littler throws first, so I'm going to be starting off, but I only managed to hit a big 5, but then pick it up with 2 nice trebles. Luke Humphries up next, and I am going to be replicating every single score he hit in that final leg. I'm up for my second throw now, and I'm trying to hype myself up, and I feel a big score coming. I hit the first treble, I follow it with the second, and can I get the third for the 180? I can't, and it just drops below for the 140. In Luke Humphries' second throw, he does manage to pin the 180, putting all the pressure on Luke Littler. I do need to hit a big score following that 180 to give myself the best chance to win the World Championship. The first dart goes into the treble 5, but I have 2 really good saving darts to hit the 129. Can Luke Humphries hit another big score to follow that 180? He finds the treble 19, but can only manage 1 treble, hitting 96. In true Luke Littler fashion, I had to give some to the crowd before my 4th throw. 107 left, I go for the treble 19, but can only manage the single. I then slip into the treble 8, leaving me 64, and a nice little third dart there to leave myself tops after 12. Luke Humphries is on 125 and he goes for bull, 25 bull, but he's too good and hits the second bull. And as you can see, he's absolutely devastated. He then hits the single 9, leaving him double 8. I knew that was a close one, and I now know I have to take out this double top in order to win the World Championship. I step up, I miss the first dart, and on the second dart, pin it down the middle. And as you can see, that is what we think would have happened if Luke Littler hit that infamous double 2. Right, so that was our first look at the new What If segment featuring the Luke Littler Gen 1 Prodigies. We have more players' ultimate challenges coming. If you can think of any what if moments from any players' careers, let us know in the comments. That was your first look at the brand new Luke Littler Gen 1 Prodigies. Let us know your thoughts in the comments and whether you're going to be picking yourself up a set. Hopefully enjoy the video and we'll see you in the next one.